Back now with a major break in the case of Beyoncé's stolen, unreleased music. Police saying they've arrested a suspect after suitcases were taken from her choreographer's car ahead of the star's Atlanta Cowboy Carter shows back in July. You might remember this frantic 911 call from her choreographer.
They have my computers, and it's really, really important information in there. Like, I work with someone who's, like, of a high status.
I want to bring in NBC's Priscilla Thompson, who's been following this for us from the beginning. So, Priscilla, what more do we know about the suspect and ultimately how police were able to track him down?
Yeah, Ellison. So the suspect's name is Kelvin Evans, and he has been booked at the Fulton County Jail, charged with entering an automobile or motor vehicle with intent to commit theft or felony. And you might remember when we first reported on this story, police had said at that time that there was surveillance video. And according to this arrest warrant, that was really the key in this case. So they see on video a red Hyundai pull into the parking spot next to this Jeep Wagoneer that was broken into. They see the driver of the Hyundai get out of the vehicle. He's shining a light in the Wagoneer, and then he goes around to the back, and they say that you can see him taking suitcases out of the Wagoneer, putting them into the Hyundai, and then he drives off. And so police were able to look at the license plate, read that license plate, and track that vehicle down. They pulled over a woman who was driving the vehicle and arrested and charged her with a separate possession of marijuana crime. But as part of that, they interviewed her, and she says, you know what? My uncle borrowed the vehicle on the day when this theft happened. He said he was going to take it for 5 minutes. He ended up being gone for 30 minutes. And sure enough, when he returned, there were 4 black suitcases in the vehicle. And she says that she didn't think anything of it. She went on about her day. But then at a certain point, her uncle asked her to return those suitcases to him. And so she goes to this apartment to meet him, where, again, much like in a parking garage, there are video cameras, and he is seen taking these suitcases from that car and taking them inside an apartment there. And so police have all of this video evidence, and they say that was a huge part in tracking him down.
So, Priscilla, do police say that this individual knew what he was getting? Did it just seem like this was a random, quote-unquote, crime of opportunity? And in terms of that hard drive with Beyoncé's unreleased music, was that actually recovered?
Yeah, the big question, right? So we've reached out to Atlanta police asking that specific question. They have not responded, but I will note that with the charges, this person, Evans, is charged with intent to commit theft or felony. It doesn't appear that he's actually charged with theft or felony, so we'll wait to see what more comes from that. But the other interesting thing from this arrest warrant is that police say on the video, Evans actually approached a different vehicle before he went to the Wagoneer. So this may have been completely random when you think about that. And it's unclear if he even knew what he actually had possession of or whose car he was breaking into. But I will leave you with a quote from Beyoncé, and we'll take it back to her Lemonade album when she said, "When you play me, you play yourself." Ellison?
Priscilla Thompson, excellent stuff. Thank you.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.